All the world is talking about generative AI, generative AI, generative AI, but what is that exactly? In this video, I'm gonna break down very simply what is generative AI and why should I care if I'm an online entrepreneur or a decision maker. So how can I use it for my personal development and for my business? So generative AI is a machine that can understand humans first, so like conversational AIs like ChatGPT, for example, but they actually learn very well to generate content. So they can generate text, images, and medias of like different genres, like for example, audio and video. They actually understand humans and they can be prompted, so you can talk to them and you can use them to generate different kind of outputs. So basically everything. So that's why they're very powerful and very interesting. So the first very famous generative AI that we all know is ChatGPT, that came out like last year and became so viral and popular because it was a chatbot that very smartly could understand you and could generate answers for you. So what this AI do is they learn through patterns, they acquire knowledge by training themselves using books, the internet, and various different kind of media. They are full of knowledge and they can generate text, images, and different kind of media for you by knowing all that knowledge. So that makes them so powerful. And in addition to that, we can also train the AI with our data. So for example, as an entrepreneur, maybe I'm owning an e-commerce, I can train AI to learn about my catalog, about my business, about my product, the category I'm investing in, and my customers, etc. So generative AI can be trained with word data and with your business data. And this makes them very, very powerful. So first, let's talk about the most famous generative AI that you can use for personal use and that everyone tried. So ChatGPT, for example, Bard, which is ChatGPT from Google, and Grok, which is basically ChatGPT from Elon Musk, are the most famous generative AI. And based on like each one, which has different features, they can generate different types of output. For example, if you are a ChatGPT Plus user, you can use ChatGPT to generate text, tables, they can analyze data and produce graphs, they can visit website and learn from that and then produce output for you. So I suggest you to really play and try the new version of the Plus version as an entrepreneur, because it's very interesting how it mixes all the kind of input and the kind of output. So basically you can ask whatever you want and get every kind of output. It works very well with text, tables, and graphs, and everything basically you can use in business. Google Bard, for example, is also very strong with integrating with documents, and Google is kind of pushing a lot in this direction of integrating Google Drive and documents and presentation into this generative AI. So you can try to use that for this reason. So besides the very powerful personal use you can do, which I personally use for learning, for making market research, for making synthesis out of documents, to generate text, ads, and things I need for my personal brand, for example. So if you follow my suggestion, you will make some kind of experience as personal user with this kind of generative AI. And then it will be very easy for you to understand the business potential. Now I'm gonna talk about that. So openai, which is the company behind ChatGPT, made very easy to integrate all these kind of generative AI processes in an automated way and a scalable way. What do I mean by that? You can reproduce the same experience that you are like actually living inside ChatGPT. So I'm gonna ask something and receive feedback. I'm gonna give an input and I'm gonna get an output. And you can do that by automating this interaction between like servers, so a computer with other computers basically. And you can ask a technical team to integrate this kind of processes and automate them on a very different levels. So you need to know that it's very strong on personal use. You can test it. And if you find some interesting use case for your business case, for example, so maybe you are a company that works with data, you can put in a file like a CSV or an Excel file, and you can ask the generative AI to analyze this file and produce an output for you. So if this is interesting for your business, for example, you can ask a technical team to make it massive and scalable, meaning that you can every day analyze hundreds data and produce hundreds outputs. Now I'm gonna talk about some of the like business case that came out and are becoming actually very valuable and popular. So Amazon, for example, invested very hard on generative AI to help the vendors on Amazon to generate additional content for the catalog of products. So if you are an Amazon seller, you can generate description, additional content for the product pages of your product using generative AI. You can use it to improve the performance of your catalog and each product pages using generative AI on many different languages, so with no barriers on that. Still, Amazon, for example, released another tool that you can use and grab like a still life picture of your product. So for example, your like coffee machine on a white background, and if you don't have like the money to have like a proper shooting where you can contextualize your coffee machine into a nice and minimalistic modern kitchen, AI can do that for you and can generate these images, and that you can use like for ADV and for e-commerce content. So generating text, generating images, and generating other kind of media. If you need, you can also generate speech, vocal speech, and the voices, AI voices are really becoming very realistic. So you can think very like out of the box, and you can think how you can integrate this generative AI into your processes. I'm personally focusing on e-commerce, and in my field, it's becoming a complete game changer. So I'm gonna show you this area and picture where you can see that we are applying generative AI to improve all kinds of content on e-commerce, from titles to descriptions to reason why, to generate more complex content like outfits, and even to create entire listings and product listings, so based on trends and seasonal trends. So meaning that generative AI can work for you creating a list of products that are good for gifts for him, gifts for her during the winter season, during the Christmas season. So it's becoming like a complete new way to automate processes to improve performance on existing processes. And there are so many applications. So I'm gonna share like another slide here where you can see that the applications are very interesting on improving the customer experience, improving the revenue growth and development. So many companies are using generative AI to generate more revenues on the current core business or opening new revenue streams. It's also used, of course, to optimize cost. Like probably the most like common example is customer care. You can use it to automate like replying to email or replying to chat, and to analyze data and feedback. So it's very useful, even in marketing and sales automation. So all the processes that are kind of repetitive and need to improve over time. Overall, in these areas, this intelligent machine can do a better job than humans, and they don't have limits of like sleeping and languages, and so there is so much potential. I'm gonna close on this, like sharing just this data, and think that there are some reports that recently came out from like McKinsey and Gartner that said that 70% of executives are thinking and investing in generative AI, and 20% of them already have generative AI processes integrated in production, so live. And I think it's clearly a very exciting moment, and you should really care about getting informed now. I suggest you to take action, to go deep into what you can do and learn for your business. Try it on personal use, make some experience, and then work with some technical team to get support on and understand what you can automate now and what is already production ready and you can introduce into your current workflow. It's a very powerful kind of investment, and it's very actionable and scalable right now. If you're interested to deep dive on this, I created a report on how the internet is transforming and shifting into this generative era, and you can download it from my website. I'm gonna put the link in the description. So let me know what you think about, and if you make new discoveries and you want to give me your feedbacks on how you're thinking of using it. If you have any question about automating processes, I can give you some feedback on that. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about the video. Follow my channel and subscribe to it if you're interested in keeping in touch with the internet revolution with AI.